Here we go. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Nikki McCutchen, and I will be your host this evening. Thank you so much for taking 30 minutes out of your evening to be here with us tonight. We know that there are a lot of things you could be doing with your time, and so we are just super grateful that you wanted to learn about this technology. Before I dive in, I just want to go over our medical disclaimer. And so I'm going to read that to you here in just one second. Let me just hit this one other button. Okay, so our medical disclaimer tonight, what we'll be sharing is for educational and informational purposes only. All LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. So we always recommend that you check with your healthcare practitioner first, especially if you are pregnant or nursing. So with that, we will get started. Tonight, what I'm going to talk to you about is this amazing technology that we have, this tiny little patch. Let me see if I can get it. So you can see inside there is this little white structure. It just looks like a Band-Aid. But we're going to talk about the X39. We have several different patch technology products, but the one we're going to hone in on tonight is the X39. It is our flagship product. It basically, that tiny little Band-Aid is completely non-transdermal, meaning nothing transfers from the patch into your body. It is sealed on both sides. So most people are familiar with a nicotine patch, an estrogen patch, a vitamin patch. All of those patches transfer something from the patch into your body. Ours is completely different because it is sealed on both sides. It works through a process called photobiomodulation, and that is just a big word for light making change in the body. And you all already actually know exactly what this is because it is. Every time you go out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, what it does is it signals the vitamin D in our body to get up and get going and do what God designed it to do. And so that is the same premise that this patch was based around and invented on. Basically, we are the light source, and this is what I think is so cool: is we actually emit a low-grade infrared light. So instead of the sun being the heat source or the light source, we are the light source. And how you know this is true is in all the movies that you watch, and somebody's looking through those night vision goggles and they see that heat signature, is what people call it, a heat signature. It's actually a low grade infrared light that emits out of our body, where you see all those great colors: blue, green, yellow, red. All those colors that you see are an infrared light that we emit. What happens in this patch is there is a crystal lattice structure that is designed as it is a reflective structure that reflects back a certain frequency in the body from that light source, reflecting back into our own body to activate and elevate different peptides in our body. This crystal lattice structure is made up of amino acids, water, salt, sugar, all at the molecular level, so stereoisomers. And again, it's completely sealed on both sides, and all it does is reflect back that light frequency to activate and elevate different peptides in our body. You can actually place these patches anywhere on your body because we've utilized them so long now. We know that they're going to work anywhere you put them on your body, especially because we know that that light emits from every part of our body, so they can be placed anywhere. We do have clinical studies. There is over 90 clinical studies, over 150 patents, and we can get all of this research for you if you want to look up any of those so you can see what the research actually says on those. So we have those certain spots that those have been tested on to do what we say that they will do. The way we recommend that you wear this patch is 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So 12 hours on to activate and repair, and then 12 hours off to allow your body to recuperate from being signaled by that light. If you wear it longer than 12 hours, sometimes, it doesn't always happen, but sometimes there is a process called attenuation where your body attenuates, or it gets used to that light frequency and it becomes overstimulated, and it causes your body to no longer receive or react to that frequency anymore. So when you utilize the technology at 12 hours on and 12 hours off, you know that your body is not going to attenuate. And so that is always the recommendation that we go off of. This one peptide that we are going to talk about tonight, that the X39 product activates, is called GHKCU, or GHK copper peptide. This peptide was found over 50 years ago by Lauren Picard. Here is one of his books that if you are a science nerd, kind of like me, and you want to learn more about GHK and all these amazing things that it does in our body, I recommend getting that book. But one of the things that it does is that this peptide activates and elevates our stem cells in our body. And so why this is amazing is because every cell in our body was once a stem cell. And so if you can activate and elevate the stem cells in your body, then it can help to support your body in a natural way to help to reset your body to a younger, healthier state. By the time you're 30, over half of your stem cells have gone dormant. By the time you're 60, we only have about 10% of our stem cells that are active any longer. So you can see between 30 and 60 how that natural aging process happens. Disease, illness, aches and pains, all these different things set in because when we're young, all of those stem cells are active and working, doing all of these things in our body, helping it to be supported in whatever area is going on with us. So when we're young and we fall off a bike and we scrape our knee, a lot of times kids just get right back up and they just keep going. But if grandma falls down and grandma busts her knee open, she may not be getting back up for a while. And so it's because of all of those stem cells that are helping our body to be supported and work in complete and total homeostasis so that we can function at an optimal health level. So that is one of the things that GHKCU does that can help on so many different levels. Another thing that it does is it supports the cardiovascular system. So that's your heart, it's your blood vessels, even the lining of your blood vessels. So every part of your cardiovascular system is supported by this in particular peptide. And so it's why sometimes people will notice that they'll be checking their blood pressure and all of a sudden they've been utilizing this technology and it's no longer as high as it used to be. And so for a lot of people, that is a huge blessing to have that. Another thing is wound healing. So just like I was talking about with falling down and scraping your knee, I was talking to a lady. She was in her 60s over the last week, and she had a blister on her hand, and she just put one of the patches right next to her blister on her hand, and within a day, it was completely gone. Having a blister just completely heal up within a day when you're in your 60s is very unusual. So that is one of the things that GHK helps to support in our body is wound healing. Another thing that it does is it helps collagen support. So anytime you have anything going on with your skin, just like she had this blister, the fact that it's supporting that as well is another reason why it would be helping it from another angle, from the collagen. Most people think collagen is just hair, skin, and nails, but it is every single part of our body needs collagen. It connects everything in our body is what is the collagen in there. And so it's so vitally important that our collagen is working optimally. I was listening to this health talk this last week, and they were talking about collagen. And I didn't actually realize that there are actually 19 different types of collagen in your body. And I think that when I've been looking at like collagen supplements and when I've taken them over the years, that the I think the most that I've seen was I'm trying to remember if it was 7 or 5, but they were trying to hit the collagen from all different levels, saying that if you're looking for a collagen supplement, you need to be looking for one that has these 5 different types of collagen to make sure you're really getting a good collagen supplement. Well, now with our amazing technology, we can support all 19 different types of collagen. So being able to support something from the way the body was designed, from the base, from the foundation, will allow people to walk and live in optimal health. And that makes me so excited. I love it so much. Another thing that GHKCU does is it helps with the immune system. As you know, we live in this environment where we're constantly concerned with viruses and bacteria and toxins. And so, if we can allow our immune system to help work optimally so that whatever it is bombarded with, that it can react to whatever's going on and do what it needs to do so that we don't get sick or we're not as sick as long or we don't get as sick as we could potentially get. It's just absolutely amazing how that collagen or how that immune system can be supported in that way. And I don't know about you, but anytime I can help my immune system, there are things that I'm going to be exposed to that I am not even going to be phased by. And so I love that as well. Um, the other recommendation that we make is that you wear this product for 1 decade for I'm sorry, 1 month for every decade you are old. So if you're 50, you need to really use X39 for 5 months to really give the body a chance to see what it's going to do for you, how it's going to support your body. This is completely natural. So we live in a microwave society where we want things now, we want things fast. We're talking about helping your body be supported completely naturally, which means that it may not happen very fast, that things may take a while. Are there people who experience things very, very quickly with our technology? Yes. And we praise the Lord and say amen and are so happy when that happens. But for a lot of us, it just takes time. And that's okay because we're supporting our body naturally. It took us a long time to get in whatever state that we are in. And so we need to be able to give our bodies time to be supported naturally. What's going on with this technology is it's not curing or doing anything. All it's doing is helping to support your body to allow it to work the way that it was already designed. And so I absolutely love that about this technology. Another key thing that you just want to think about when you're utilizing this technology is to drink lots of water. Hydration is very important. You want to drink half your body weight in ounces. To really support your body optimally. Okay. Now, if you sweat, if you sit in a sauna, if you work out, if you use patches, then you want to actually even drink any more to give your body what it needs so that it can work optimally. This is not just for the patches, but for anything that you do in life, that our cells need to be able to talk to each other. And the way they do that is through hydration. That's that electricity or the electrolytes that are talking back and forth to communicate to one another so that our body can do what it's designed to do. And so electrolytes would be like magnesium, sodium, potassium, having those things in a balanced form to help your body do that optimally as well. Um, so let's see. So that is basically going over the X39 technology. I would be happy to answer questions for you, any questions that you have, or if any comments, like if anyone has a story they would like to tell us of what they've noticed, things that they've noticed about the technology that's helped them. We would love to have you come on. You can type in the chat, you can raise your hand, you can just go ahead and hit your unmute button and chat with us tonight and tell us what's going on with you. So I can share some things with you. If anybody wants to come on, just come on at any time. But I did this event with some friends, a spa owner a few weekends ago, and it was so amazing because I have this great big sign that talks about pain and different things like that. And so I people just stop because I asked one couple, I was like, well, do you all have pain? Because they're just looking at the sign, and they're trying to read everything, and they look at me and they go, well, who doesn't? Who doesn't have pain? And so I just laughed and I was like, okay, well, would you like me to demonstrate our technology on you? And of course, they're like, sure. I was like, okay. So it was just amazing because there were so many people, neck pain, knee pain, full body pain, that I was shoulder pain, that just in a few seconds being able to use Eon, Ice Wave, and X39 and just allowing people to see how they could get out of pain very, very quickly and how our technology can work so quickly. So that was a lot of fun. Anybody else want to come on and share anything? Jennifer, do you want to come on and share about your husband? Oh, Pastor Ed, please come on and share with us.
Great presentation, Nikki. I appreciate learning everything new the way that you teach it. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So what I wanted to share is that, you've probably all heard the story about my wife having to have so many surgeries after so many years, and nothing that the doctors would do. All the symptoms and the things that she had, hands were up in the air. They didn't know what to do with her until we found this technology. And of course, she is vacationing with her aunt and her mom. They go away for a weekend, so she's not here, and I miss her very much. But I know she was here. She would tell you how wonderful this technology has done for her and for me. I play soccer all my life. My knees are very hurting, just like my mom. We're very active people. We love to walk and do things. And if I know that if I'm not wearing that technology, I feel this aching pains, when sometimes I forget them. My wife doesn't forget it. Yes, she never forgets to put her patches on, but sometimes I do, busy life or whatever. But I feel my age and I don't want to feel my age. So thank God for this technology, and thank you for sharing so much to us and for us to learn and to be able to be vocal and not be shy about this technology, because it's really a gift from God. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you, Pastor Ed. I just to have that quality of life back. And like you said, before this technology, I was, would say that I was getting to a place of thinking, okay, I may have to say that I'm starting to feel my age. And if you're one of my close friends, you have probably heard me say, I'm not doing that. I am just not doing that. And I did that, because all my friends, it seemed like at 40, they were just, there was stuff and there were things falling apart, and I just kept saying, I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. And thankfully, a year and a half ago, I'm now 50, but thankfully, a year and a half ago, I was starting to think, okay, like I don't know, I may be having to say some of these things that my friends have been saying. But thankfully, with the technology, I can truly say that I wake up, without any aches and pains, whereas that was not the case. And so, yes, very thankful and just energy. So thankful. If there would have been one thing, if I was going to pick one thing, there's really a lot because I had a lot of things going on, but one thing that would have been like, okay, if this patch can do this for me, like I will be sold, would have been the energy for me too. I got my energy back. I was at about day 4. I was like, I am like thinking I'm feeling like really good. But I'm thinking surely not, but by day 7, when I first started, I was like, okay, this really is the patch. I do feel so amazing with sleeping better, and just having so much energy. And so I was super excited, because if that was the only thing that I gained, which it's not, there have been many, many things, but that would have had me completely sold, just to continue to stay on it. So yeah, yes. That optimal quality of life is, I think, what we all really want, right? However many years that the Lord gives us here on this planet, that we want to be able to live them to the fullest, and have every day, just be full of joy and life and vitality. And I am so thankful because I really and truly believe that that is now possible versus the things that we've seen, like in my parents and in my grandparents and things like that. So yeah.
Hi, Miss
Nikki,
Nikki.
Hello. Yes,
Hi.
Leon or Jennifer, either
It-
one.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I'll wait.
Jennifer. Oh, okay, this is Leanna. I just had to share. I know I've shared this before, but I've just recently noticed that my C-section is completely 100% gone. It was a nice big rope across my lower abdomen and it was dark in color. Now the rope is completely gone. The color is completely skin color. There's no discoloration whatsoever. And I'm speechless. I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed.
Yes.
These patches just keep doing more and more and more. The longer I stay on them, the more I'm seeing, and it's phenomenal.
Yes, I love that story with you so much because people that have those keloid scars from that, I mean, that's the other thing is that I don't think I talked about because it elevates that collagen, all different 19 types of collagen. So from the base, from the foundation, it has scar remodeling ability in it because of that, of how it elevates that collagen. And so I love your story so much, Liana, and I know you have a lot, but that one is because I think if I remember right, it was 32 years, right, that you had that
Yes,
scar.
yes,
Mhm.
yep, yep.
Yes. Yeah. So truly amazing. Yeah,
Yes,
truly
very.
amazing.
Thank you. And thank you for your presentations. Excellent, Nikki. Excellent.
Yes, absolutely. Jennifer, you want to come on?
I'll
Jennifer,
figure this
you
out. Okay. Can you
okay?
hear me?
No, you're good. Yes, yes. Yay.
Okay. So I have two quick stories. I've been using the Silent Night, which is helping me sleep tremendously. But last night I paired it with Alavida, and oh my gosh, my dreams were vivid, and I don't dream, and I don't, it was just crazy that I was like, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. It was like a very deep sleep that I had.
Yes, I love
And
that.
then
And this was
my
just
other,
one night, right? One night of adding Alavida to your, and you hadn't worn the Silent Night for very long, right?
yeah, I haven't, yeah, on and off for maybe a month.
Okay.
And then my super skeptical husband. So I've been using the patches for 7 months.
How dare you call that?
And my he was always like, "You have pain. Will you just try this, please?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to take it away from you. If it's helping you, I don't want to take it away from you." And I just ordered him patches for his shoulder pain, and he's been taking them for about a week. And he's like, "You're right. Oh my gosh, these actually work." And so this morning I had him laying out for him. I'm like, "Hey, this is where you put this, and everything." And he said, "I actually put the ice wave on my other shoulder that was bothering me." And he said it took a couple hours, but after a few hours, the pain went away.
That is so awesome. So you have him on the X39, the Eon, and the Ice Wave?
And carnosine, and he just started SP6.
Okay, excellent. That is so amazing. I am so glad he's noticed something. That is just wonderful. It does. It just helps with pain. And when we can show people that, which is what I love, because like I talked about before, we're in this microwave society. And so a lot of times, if people don't have pain, this technology can take a while because if it goes to work on your liver or your heart and you don't know that you have an issue there, you may have no idea that it's doing anything. You may think that it's doing absolutely nothing. When if you look at the science, you understand that it is doing what it says it's doing, but you just need to give it more time to actually experience something. So, yeah, I love that. It was so funny. I do have to tell you, oh my goodness, I was so excited. So, those of you that have been doing this with me for a while, so my husband has done it a year and a half, utilizing it just like me, notices nothing. We have had test results, and so we know that it's doing stuff for him, but he notices nothing because he doesn't have pain. And so he had stopped wearing, so like you, Jennifer, he was wearing the Alavida and the Silent Night at night, and he'd stopped for, maybe a couple weeks. And of course, he didn't tell me. And he was like, he said he was thinking, you know what, I'm going to use those again because I don't feel like I'm sleeping as well. And so he put them back on. And the very first night, he slept so much better. And so then he told me, he was like, Nikki, I finally think I have something that I've noticed that the patches actually help me with the sleep. So I don't want to go without those anymore. So I was like so excited because, like, oh my gosh, like a year and a half, and you finally noticed something. This is a miracle. So that was his first little thing. So I'm sure there will be more things because, like I said, it just helps to reset your body to a younger, healthier state. And I don't know when he's going to notice those, but and I was thinking too, Jennifer, I've listened to another gal talk about her story, and which it sounds like with you with the dreaming, she would talk about how literally every night she goes to sleep and it's like going to the movies. I mean, like she has this whole full on movie just playing in her head. And it's so awesome because she just goes to bed, she watches the movie while she sleeps every night. I just thought that was the best. So it really does help with your sleep. So, and the combination of the two is amazing. The silent night activates serotonin in your gut. And that serotonin is what turns on melatonin in your body to allow the melatonin to work to help you bring into a restful, deep sleep. So the silent night I've noticed with people can work immediately. Like people will have first night out, just notice that it's really helping. If you have dysregulated serotonin, then it may not ever get to the melatonin stage. And the only reason I know this is because I actually have dysregulated serotonin. And because of that, I continue to wear the silent night because I want my serotonin in my gut to have that support that it needs. And so if you have someone that it does the patch, they don't notice anything, or it does not seem to help them at all with their sleep, they may have dysregulated serotonin. And so that would be something that, you would want to discuss with your doctor of how you could potentially support that a little bit more. But like I said, because I understand the technology of the patch and how it works, I continue to wear it because I know it's supporting that serotonin process as well in my gut. So yeah, I think that's super important too. Um, and the Alavida patch, if y'all have not looked at the Alavida patch, I would highly recommend looking at that patch because it does so many things in your body. Not just, hair, skin, and nails and sleep, but because it works with the pineal gland and helps to support that. Look at all of the things that the pineal gland supports in your body to see all of the things that it can actually do.
I have a marketing question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask that here?
Sure.
Okay. So when people reach out to you about the patches, I feel like I'm getting ghosted. I've like given samples, and then I've also shared like testimonials and that start X39 now. And I don't know where to go from that because I'm following up, but they're not responding. So I don't know where I lost them at. I mean, I'm responding as soon as they say, I want more information. Tell me about this. I tell them personal results and then send them other testimonies for whatever issue they're facing. But I'm just losing.
Yeah. So do you call them also besides just a text?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I would say I always tell people to talk and text and talk. So you want to call them as well as text them because we're so busy. People are so busy. So they won't maybe answer a phone call or call you back, but they also get a text and then they will text you back, or they got a call and it will remind them that you texted them for them to go back and text you back. So, and people are so busy and it's summer. And so sometimes it just takes people a while, and so if they haven't responded, I may give them a couple weeks and then, follow up again, because usually it's not no, especially if they have pain or they're interested in the technology. It's just maybe not now, or they haven't had time to really look at it. So it's just keeping them on that list to follow up, and making your notes as to when you want to follow up. Some people I pushed out to even like every 3 months, just depending, because, they said they were interested in the technology, and I just figure they will eventually tell me if they're no longer interested. So, or I put people on an email list too, if I have their emails, so that I can just stay in touch that way and just give them little snippets of information here and there. So, I probably send out an email like once a month or whatever. So, Pastor Ed, do you have anything else that you would want to add to that?
Yeah, I would say be consistent and be patient. I had people that I had talked to for like 2 years, and finally they come around and say, "Hey, I noticed that you post a lot of stuff on Facebook about the pain. My mom had an accident, or I hurt my shoulder or whatever." So, just be patient. Don't give up on people. They might not be yes right now, but a no doesn't mean a no. It just means that they need more information, and but they might not even know what questions to ask. So just put them on the list, like Nikki says, and keep them on the call, like maybe once a week, once a month, or whatever. Just say, "Hey, I'm just following up, just making sure." Um, it's not you're not forcing anybody, right? So you just sharing. You just want to say, "Look, I wanted to see if you wanted to take a look at this, or just send them a testimonial video of somebody else that had similar issues with it." Now, what I have done in the past is something on WhatsApp called a broadcast list, and I can show Nikki how to do it. And Nikki, you might not know, you might know how to do it already. Do you know how to do a broadcast list?
I don't know how to do it.
Oh, gosh, okay. So broadcast list is a list that you do on WhatsApp, and you add all the contacts that have similar interests, right? Like people that are on your church, or people that go to that are at your work. And so you add those people, and you call that list, church family or whatever. And then once a week or once every other day, whenever you feel like it, just put a video there. And what that broadcast list does, it sends it to all the people that you have in that list, but they don't see anybody else on it. It's so that you're talking individually to them. And that's pretty cool because, people have seen it. And even Lorenzo shared it with us that he has people on that broadcast list finally say, "You know what, you've been sending me all these videos, and finally I'm going to take the time to listen to you and go for it." You know what I mean? Or try the patches, try the technology, or whatever. So again, don't feel like you have to push them, but just share with them. And then if they say no, I've heard Brother Roy says that people say no to him 7 times, and then he goes around another 7 times after. So he never gives up on people, and you never know, you might find somebody that it's a gem. So don't give up. Don't just keep sharing. What I would do though is I wouldn't give the technology away. I would tell them, "Look, it costs money because they're not free for you." So when you receive things that are free, people see it as cheap, and so that they don't put a lot of interest or a lot of concern. You might have given them the patches, and they probably never put them on. They put them on the table on the desk somewhere, and they got lost with their paper. So, following up, making sure that you do the demonstration on them right away is very, very helpful. So hopefully all this stuff that I just said helped you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like you said, we're just sharing something that we know has made a huge difference in our life and our family's life and in other people's lives when we started to help other people. And so we know the technology works. And so it's never about convincing or selling or anything like that. It's about the fact that we have something in our hands that truly changes people's lives. And so we're just offering an opportunity for that. So so we never have to feel, like we're pressuring anyone or feel, like we're, bugging anybody, because really we're just offering it. We're just doing our part. And whatever comes from that, then we're willing to help that person in whatever manner and if that they, are open to. And if they're just not ready yet, that's totally fine too, because we're just here to be ready when they're ready. So anyway, so thank you all so much for being on the call tonight. We just really appreciate every one of you taking time out. Please get back to the person who invited you to the call to find out more about the technology and get your questions answered. We pray blessing over each and every one of you. And so we're going to close out tonight, but thank you all for joining us. God bless. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. God bless.
Yes, God bless you too. Bye-bye.
Nikki.